Hey guys, welcome to Body Geeks. So today I'm going to talk about a problem that I deal with frequently in all of my shops. Girls getting bulky. Now no, I don't make girls bulky. Neither does the protein powder they take or the weights they lift. And that's what I'm going to hit on today. So I get a lot of women that come into my store and they're afraid of protein powders. They're afraid of eating a high protein diet or afraid of taking whey for fear that that protein is going to somehow magically make them bulky.
Right? Wrong.
I also have a lot of girls that come in and say, oh, I just do cardio, what supplements should I need? I'm like, why are you just doing cardio? Why not weight training too? Oh, I don't want to lift weights, I don't want to get bulky. Or, oh, when I lift weights, I get too bulky, so I can't do it. So I'm here to kind of toss out some of these misconceptions and actually let you know what's really going on and that you, as a female, are not actually getting too bulky from your protein powder or from weight training. So, what does make you bulky? A caloric surplus in combination with weight training, that might make you bulky. So from watching some of our other videos, or for some of you that have done your research, you understand that if we increase our caloric intake, if we're following our macros of protein, carbs, and fats, and we're following somewhat of a diet to grow, or we're just eating a shitload of food trying to be a fat ass, and we toss in weight training and we're in a caloric surplus, the body will build new tissue. Because if you're pushing yourself in the gym and you're tearing down muscle tissue, plus the surplus, you're gonna build new muscle tissue. Now, how much muscle tissue do you have to build before you get bulky? A lot. If you're just an average girl, it's gonna take you a long time to get bulky, even if you are trying. So if you're not trying to get bulky, you're not gonna just go to sleep one night like just normal old you and wake up in the morning like, oh my God, what happened? I'm fucking jacked.
No.
I put on too much muscle overnight. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's gonna take a while to get there.
But I'm all woman.
So, caloric surplus plus weight training may get you bulky. Protein shakes by themselves, staying within a caloric maintenance or deficit, not gonna make you bulky. Weight training when in a caloric deficit, meaning you're eating less calories than you burn per day, not gonna get you bulky. If anything, it's gonna help lean you out and burn more body fat, which is the toned look that everybody's going for. Another misconception. I'll have a lot of girls that come in and say, when I lift weights, I build muscle. I build it really fast, so I don't do that. What you're experiencing is called the pump.
The greatest feeling you can get in a gym, or the most satisfying feeling you can get in a gym, is the pump.
When you lift weights, the body will force blood and water and food basically into your muscle to the point where it's going to expand, and once it expands, that's going to be the reaction to weight training. So we're using a muscle. The body goes, hey, let's push a bunch of blood and water and glycogen and all the stuff that it needs so the muscle can perform optimally. That's the pump. That is not new muscle. That's like taking a sponge that was dry and adding water to it and watching it expand. But what happens when the water evaporates and it leaves again? It dries back up to its normal size. So for those of you who think that you go to the gym once, oh my God, my legs get huge just from going to the gym once. That's not the case. That's the pump. That's not new muscle tissue. It takes months, if not years, to build new muscle tissue to the point where you're gonna be bulky. Now, another thing we have to take into consideration is estrogen. Now, estrogen is a hormone that's dominant in the female body versus males, which testosterone is our dominant hormone.
Cool.
So these are the two things that kind of help separate us from being a female or a male. Testosterone is known for being a steroid, like an anabolic steroid, like guys who take steroids inject synthetic testosterone into their bodies. It's known for making you bulky. Estrogen is known for making you soft. If anything, too much estrogen can make you fat. It's not necessarily known for being the thing that's gonna make you bulky and big. So the fact that you're a female and you have estrogen and you don't have high testosterone, again, you're now fighting another uphill battle that's preventing you from getting bulky. Now, if you start injecting testosterone or taking testosterone stuff, you might be getting bulky because of the testosterone. Not your protein, not your weight training, nothing else. So for those of you girls that are afraid of getting bulky because you see pictures of women online who get jacked and muscular and shredded, not only did those women have to work insanely hard to build that muscle, they also probably took something that made their bodies and their muscle more like a man. They may have taken a steroid or whatever else, you name it. Now, I don't want to say that all muscular women are on steroids because that's not the case. Some women will build muscle easier than others. But in the term bulky here, we're talking about a female with an abnormal amount of muscle mass to the point that people notice it in public, in the gym, everywhere else. That stuff takes time. All the natural women out there that wanted to be bulky, that got that way, they laugh at you every time you think you're getting too bulky because it took them a long time to get bulky. For all the women that are as big as me, they're taking something to make themselves as big as me. It's not a protein shake. So don't be afraid. You're not gonna get bulky from your protein. You're not gonna get bulky from your weight training. What you need to do is make sure that your diet is on point, that your macros are on point, and you find yourself either in a caloric deficit, maintenance, or surplus, depending on what you wanna do, and then take it all into consideration from there. So look more at what your diet is doing, not so much blaming the weights or a protein shake or whatever else. After all, a protein shake, it's gonna basically act the same in men and women. Now I get it, men and women, we're different. We have a lot of the same things. We're also different in that, like, we have different hormones and our metabolism work slightly different. But in the end, we're human beings that work pretty much the same. So as long as you have the accurate amount of protein intake for your body size and type, as well as your gender, you're not gonna get bulky. And above all, please remember, you're not gonna get bulky overnight. You probably won't get bulky in a week or a month or even 3 to 6 months. It's gonna take a lot more time than that. So please don't be afraid of weights. Don't be afraid of high protein diets or protein shakes. You're gonna be just fine. And in fact, weight training plus cardio will burn more fat, increase more lean muscle tissue, which is gonna give you all that toned look that you're actually looking for. So get your ass to the gym, start lifting some heavy weights, take a protein shake if you need it. Until next time, you're watching Body Geeks.